Well, there we are, folks. Episode 13 of Citizens United. Hi, I'm your host, John Restaino, and of course, I'm here with, first I'll introduce our co-producer, Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hello.
You all right?
Yep.
All right, that's good.
Thank you.
Beautifully cold day, huh?
Yeah.
Windy, rainy.
Takes a toll on the back.
I know. Yeah, I know. It takes a toll. You know, we got some really breaking news. It's tough news. We're on episode 13, and my co-host, Chris, who's here, of course. Hi, Chris.
Hey, John and Robin.
How you doing?
I'm doing really good. Life is good, man. Life is beautiful.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're doing stuff. Things are changing, but there's changes. We have changes, Chris, and I want to thank you for all 13 episodes. We had a lot of fun, I think, right? I hope you did. We had a good time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. A lot of stuff. We didn't care who we were talking to. We got over 32,000 views, which is outstanding for us. And Chris, where are you going? Because I got a new co-host coming next week.
I hear there's a rumor on the street, but I don't know that it's been officially confirmed or not. We may find out tonight.
Calendars are circled. Yep. Minutes seem like hours. Games hit the boardrooms. Deals are struck. Players shuffled. Playoff runs are started.
Welcome to Trade Center.
So let me get this straight. Chris and a pizza? We'll take the pizza. And Chris.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to lose Chris. But, we get a chance to bring up a rookie, which is great. We get to use that. You get to use her, and looking forward to that. And it's going to be a good deal for both of us. That's how I see it.
So what's the downfall all of this?
Well, the only tough part is finding the right pizzeria to complete the deal. Otherwise, you can't beat it. So there it is, Chris. I see you're going to Sunday nights, right? You're going to Sunday.
I don't know that I've ever been officially traded.
Yeah.
But I guess I have. I'm just grateful for everything that you've provided. You've provided me with a lot of insight politically. Robin, your wife, has been phenomenal with the postings and the sharing and getting those views where they are. And, of course, our man behind the camera and the founder of Uwawa Studio, Uwawa Media, has certainly been the spearhead to all this. So I thank you for having me on your show. I'm going to continue to watch it, and I'll be calling in instead of being on. But I'm looking forward to my new home and Sunday night. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to do shenanigans. We're going to do prank phone calls. And, I'm just going to be myself and have a good time. And we'll see what happens. But thank you again for the opportunity. It's great being your friend, and I look forward to our future together.
Oh, yeah, Chris. Go ahead, Robin. Do you want to say something?
Chris, we're going to miss you, and you will always be a friend. We will stay in contact. We're a Uwawa Media family, so no matter what show you're on or where you go or what you do, you'll always be a friend to us.
Well, that really means a lot to me, and I think this is the next step of my career, and I'm blessed, and thank you for that.
Well,
the kind words,
Chris. I got to tell you, I learned a lot from you too. I mean, I'm not easy to. Well, Robin will tell you, I'm just not easy to deal with. There's a lot going on in my head, and there's a lot that I want to say. So you've been great. You've taught me a lot about activism, being a peacemaker. Because I've never done that, and I learned a lot, to be honest with you. And I got to thank you for that. And I've had a great time, and I know you're going to be great with Noelle and Courtney, and you're going to be doing other stuff too, not just that. So it's going to be nice. And, well, you know, we got a lot of,
oh man,
we've got a lot of stuff to go on now. We got to get to our topics tonight.
Let's get down to business.
All right, let's start, because time goes so fast.
Absolutely. So take over, buddy, and let's go. Let's rock and roll.
All right, and you got the Facebook comments, so we're ready.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, well, let's start with this. This Friday night is a big night, and then I'm going to throw it over to you in a second. We'll be doing it's a peace-a-thon is what it's called, and we're trying, because of Jill Shaw and the Peacemakers, who I'm going to throw it to you because you're a peacemaker in 1 second. We're going to try to raise $20,000. No questions asked when you turn in the gun. You know, it's going to be $500 to you if you turn in the gun. No questions. Or make a pledge donation. 7 to 11 live on Yowawa Media page and all the different pages that it's shared. I'll be hosting from 7 to 9, which is a great honor. I'm so happy. Peacemakers and Jill Shaw and, of course, Yowawa has asked me to do it, and I'm happy to do it. But you know what, Chris? Give us a little more insight.
Wonderful. Thank you, John. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, Jill Shaw, she's a mom. She's a community member, and she is very passionate about the problems that we've been facing in the city that we all know about, the gun violence, the homicide violence, the murders, the Red House, and now she's moving on to legitimately trying to get the guns off the street. So what we're doing from 7 to, is it 11?
Yep.
7 to 11 on Friday at 3125 Highland Avenue, which is our new peacekeeper. Peacemaker. Give me a sound effect there, Barb, will you? Anyways, you got to keep the peace to make the peace. So we're peacemakers, and we are partnering with Jill, with Yowawa Media, and John's going to be hosting for several hours. We're collecting money. We're not actually taking the guns that night in case there's any misconceptions out there. We're raising money for the money to buy the guns back. You can also donate. There is a GoFundMe account available, so you can donate online there. We certainly will take donations at headquarters, 3125 Highland Avenue, which is Tulip. Tulip is the company that donated the building to us for our peacemaking efforts. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have guest speakers. We're going to challenge anyone to come down, especially if you're in the political arena. Please come down and visit us. We'd love to see you with a large sum of cash, right? Yeah, with a large sum of cash. There's no free time. So if you want to be on air, come down with a donation.
Yeah,
absolutely. So we're gonna we're trying to get that money together to again make a difference. Our homicide rate, John, you probably actually got the number there, and does that include the murder last night?
It does. Yeah, it's updated. It's right now we've hit our 14th homicide, and so you do the, I'm sorry, no, our 13th. We've reached our 13th. We reached our 13th homicide, and what you do is you get 13 divided by 47,000 because that's what our population is. Then you multiply it by 100,000, and we come up with 29.7, and that ties us for 6th in the nation with Birmingham, Alabama, and above us is Baltimore, St. Louis, Newark, New Orleans, and Detroit. So, we've had people. We had a poor woman that someone, they beat her to death in her own home. Mr. Richardson was shot, and it's been a while, and we don't know what's happened. A great guy like that, and so many others, and so many things happening here. Our record used to be 8, and we're hit 13. So, I hope it stops here, Chris. It's just this is unbelievable. Because 1985 is when we had 8, and we're at 13.
Was 85 during the crack epidemic?
Yeah, I would bet you.
Around that year?
Right. Yeah, it probably was.
Probably was. And, one other thing just quickly about that is I've been to the funerals myself personally. I've been there as part of the Peacemakers. I've been to the funeral. I've seen people crying. I was at the hospital last night with several other Peacemakers, Ezra and Dante, and all the peacemakers matter, and it's not about me. I'm just saying that I've witnessed this firsthand. I've seen people protesting in the street peacefully. I've seen the blood at the Red House. I've seen blood in front of the garage on the ground. That was pointed out to me. And I was at the hospital last night where the young girl, I believe she's 20 or in her 20s, she got murdered last night. And the family, we had a prayer circle in front of Memorial Medical Center. It's got to stop. We need more peacemakers. We need more people to be eyes and ears of this community. If you see something, say something. And those of you that are here that are abusing everything, you're ruining it. It's sick. It's very sickening. And please donate to the buyback funds for the telethon on Friday. No one else is coming in to save the day.
No.
If we don't start taking care of our own, if we don't start taking care of our own city, nobody's coming in to save us.
Well, all that money, too, is going to go to either the Niagara County Sheriffs or the Niagara Falls Police to, because whatever's raised will go to them so they can do the gun buyback. No, you're right. No one is coming in, and that includes, I think I put this on Facebook earlier. We love to, let me this way, our politicians, our elected leaders, they suck, and they have been terrible. They've sucked for decades. They still do. They do right now. So they're not doing anything. So, of course, Jill Shaw stepped in with you peacemakers, and we got to do it ourselves. You got to do it yourself, like you just said, Chris. And because our elected officials have nothing, they got nothing to say. I don't know if they're just pretending it's not happening. I don't know what they're doing, and I really don't even care at this point, because I think we're gone past that. You know what? They can't. You're right. They can't help us. I knew they couldn't help us. They don't want to help us. You got to remember something with these guys. They're out of touch, Chris. They're way out of touch with us. It's always us first them. And it's been that way for a long time. So I stress enough, though, and this is what Citizens United's been about. Remember these things when it's time to vote. Just remember if anyone did anything, and I don't even care so much about money even. How about just come out and do something, say something. Acknowledge the fact of what's happening. Don't just make a quote that says, "Oh, geez, if I could figure out what's going on here, I would contact all the other mayors and let them know." It's a smart-ass remark.
Yeah.
So,
or change the color of the falls. Like, that's going to help us.
Yeah, right.
Or go get another picture, But release something that we don't know about. You read the newspaper yesterday. It's all over Spectrum. It's all over media. The city of Niagara Falls is in financial trouble. We're in dire straits. We're going to have to, the budget's coming up, which I'm sure you'll be talking about. Yeah. The budget's coming up. We don't have the money for this. We don't have the money for that. Well, you know what? It costs a lot of goddamn money to bury a kid.
Yeah. It sure does. No, it does.
Can we get a press release, Mayor Restaino?
Or how about acknowledge the fact of what's happening? I mean, we are it went from 8. We're as our highest. Now we're at 13. And here's what I want to say. It's not unique to Niagara Falls either that people aren't willing to say anything. Now, that happened on, I think, 20th and Center the other night.
Correct.
And it was the woman was at a memorial when it was a memorial for someone else when she got murdered. So, I mean, there's fear. Think about it. If you saw something and you live in that community, you live down there, you live around there, of course you're not going to, you might not say anything. You're probably afraid that it's going to happen to you. Yep. So I get it. I get why it's not being said, They're afraid. But of course they're afraid because there's no leadership here. There's nothing going on, and they're scared. I could understand it because imagine if you know what I mean, Chris, Robin, you guys know what I mean. They're going to be afraid.
They're so afraid now. The city is shaken right now, literally shaken by these homicides. This has never happened in Niagara Falls ever. You talk to people from different age groups in the city, different business owners. They're afraid. The citizens are afraid. People don't want to even go out after dark to go buy some groceries. I mean, you're affecting people's lives. Literally, they can't even go out and get food because they're afraid for themselves. It's got to change. I don't know what the answer is. we got to make a change. We have to. The citizens, I mean, can we get some help from maybe the sheriffs? Maybe can we get a grant? Maybe, I don't know. Bring the feds in. What do you do?
Yeah, go ahead, Robin.
I know every time our son leaves the house, and he's 17, almost 18 years old, and I always tell him, be safe. And, he laughs at me and thinks, oh, what's going to happen to me? It's broad daylight. And you just, I mean, as a parent, from little kids all the way up, you worry. I mean, I check in with my kids every day just to make sure that everybody is doing okay. I mean, it's just a scary time to be around here. And I mean, we've seen just going to, like, for instance, the dollar store on Main Street is near our house, so it's convenient. And you go there, and it's like being in a whole different world than what we're used to, and it's scary.
Yeah, I'm not paid to have the answers. Some other people are, and those are our elected officials, or at least to try to give us answers or to give us some guidance, and they're not. And you know what? It's not a surprise. I mean, you could have known that would happen, in my opinion. I mean, that's what the people wanted. That's what we got, and we're not going to get any help. So I'm really proud, Chris, of you guys are incredible. And Jill, to do this, to try to do something. I mean, it's almost like you're just, we're just throwing out lifelines, trying to see what we can do here in the city. And it's, I don't know. There is no solution. There just isn't. I don't know what the solution is. Because, I mean, poverty, of course, is part of it. Homelessness is part of it. Drugs are part of it. It's all of it, right? I mean,
kids with no parents, they have no direct or no parents or a parent. A lot of single mothers in the city, and they're out there working, hopefully trying to provide for their family, for their kids, and they don't have a father figure or an opposite, a mother figure that's in the house with them, that's able to provide them with direction. So here's another example of where peacekeepers. Peacemakers. Can you edit that out on live show? No. Peacemakers. But we try to be there for the kids. We try to be there for the community. We have a new headquarters where maybe we can have a place for kids. They can come there. We can have different types of events. We can have maybe like homework help, or you can have an art studio. We could use the building to tons of advantage. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. my peacemaker family is going to get, they might get a little upset with me. Or as Jill said, I will cut you. Oh. That's an inside joke. But we love you, Jill. We thank you for your passion. We thank you for your commitment to the community. And, she has a young daughter, and when her daughter comes home crying every other night because one of her best friends or classmates has been killed, enough is enough. And we're trying to make a difference. We're out there, as they say, we're out here, and we're not talking about it. We're going to do it. And again, thank you for everyone involved. Thank you for WKBW for an interview yesterday. Thank you to Uawa Media. Thank you for hosting, John. And what do you say? It's time we check social media.
Yes.
And then we'll play a little game.
Yes. Then we're going to play a game.
All right. Beautiful. So we got, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to type. I'm just going to talk tonight. I think that's better. So Kevin Hutchison, thank you for tuning in. He's agreeing with getting the guns off the street. Let's see, Danny Fitzpatrick, again, agreeing that, we were talking about a sad number of forgetful. See, we're already starting to have games, but and again, politicians, we would love for you to show up at 3125 Highland Avenue, legislators, councilmen, police officers. I know a lot of people have showed up to a certain baking location to make donations in the city, so if you could come up with $1,000, we would appreciate. We do take check, cash, money order. Maybe you could do Cash App, however you want to pay us. I mean, we will take your money and gladly buy a gun with it. And if nobody else is doing it, we will. And if we buy one gun and saved one life, we made a difference. So we want to put you guys on notice. let's see. Taggart is here. Beautiful. He joined in a little bit late, and wow, there's a lot of people chiming in. Hey, Noel Del Zappo. I was officially traded tonight. If you weren't tuning in, but that was the beginning of our show. I don't know that I had ever officially been traded, but Coach John traded me, and he's improving his team. Getting rid of me. And let's just see here. I'm going to go to the end of the chat, and let's see. Scott says, I worked in rent-to-own downtown for around 16 years. These kids are all in a cycle. It's all they know, 24/7, survival of the fittest. Until parents take a bigger place in their lives, it won't change. There's no accountability. Kids are not afraid. Excuse me for one moment. I should have been prepared. Kids are not afraid to screw up and face the wrath of their parents. Very good point there, Scott. And John, what do you have to add to that?
Well, I mean, the kids, it's a different world, obviously, than when we grew up. It's parents. Geez, I remember being a kid, and my father. This was back in the 80s, I guess, because that's when I was 10 years old in 81. My father complaining how he couldn't do what he used to do discipline-wise because, a kid would go and tell somebody and then, all that stuff. But it's the same thing. I know. I think drugs in our city is really, really an epidemic. Yeah. I mean, it causes, I'm sure majority of these killing, murders, homicides are, not all of them, they're drug-related, and there's a lot of just, people are settling issues by killing. You know what I mean? Not by any other way, but killing, homicides. I mean, some of these are really, really personal type things. I mean, we had a woman who called the police at 10 o'clock, and I think it was 10 o'clock at night, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, she was beaten to death. I mean, this stuff isn't like, I don't know, man. It's not just, all right, this is a transaction, drug deal gone bad. These are really some intense kind of, homicides. Go ahead, Robin.
I'm not one to blame anything other than, the situations, but I almost feel like kids grow up just thinking violence is normal. Like, kids are playing video games at 5 years old that have guns, and they grow up and it just escalates to where, they're playing these graphic video games and watching these, graphic movies, listening to these musicians who glorify violence and killing, and, and whether they're just pretending to have that life or whether they really have it, it makes an impression on our kids. And I hate to blame that, but I think there's some part of it. Don't you guys think that there's some part of it that is like doing what they see?
Absolutely. And I thought that I would never say this, and maybe it's because my age, I'm 48, but I love music in general, all kinds of genres. It doesn't matter what kind of music. I like rap as well. And the rap, again, it is a different time. The rap that I grew up with is nowhere near like, okay, Run DMC, LL Cool J sort of people. But now you got Cardi B and these other, and the lyrics, I know you guys have seen, the WAP song. I'm not going to mention it here, but because we're politically incorrect. But I could probably say it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, right.
But I really think the lyrics are out of control. They have no meaning anymore. And I think the videos they glorify guns. They glorify, having all this. I think the youth want to have status symbols, and they watch videos, and I'm not, let me clarify, I'm not singling out one type of music either. I'm just using that as my example.
Right.
But in the videos, the actual videos that go along with the music, it's like that's their impression. They want the new car, they want the gold chain, they want the sneakers, and they're willing to do anything for it. They don't think about the repercussions of that. They want to have the gun, they want to have the gold jewelry. And it's not necessarily the right path. It's fine to have those things, but, you got to work for them. You can't go rob 7-Eleven for 2 packs of smokes and $30 and kill somebody and thinking it's okay.
Yeah, because the video never shows the repercussions. That's the problem. They show the violence. They show this big payoff, like you said, of $200 sneakers and big gold chains on their neck, but they never show people in jail and people losing children or children being killed and things like that.
Well, think about social media that we're on right now. I always thought this was a little problem too. Kids, I mean, things are spilling off of Facebook or Twitter into real life, and people are dying because of what's posted. Social media is great, but it also, I think, has let people never escape. Like, you can't go home and just unwind. You can't, like, if you're a kid coming home from high school, college, whatever, and let's say you're a kid who used to get picked on at school or something. In the older days, you could just go home. Now you're going to get picked on online.
Yep.
And everyone has to be online. So, I mean, you know, I think what I'm going to do now, 716-804-1229 is the number here if you want to get a hold of us. We're going to play a quick game here, but Robin can't play. Peter can't play. Because they know the answer. Sorry, Robin. Chris, you don't, and nobody on Facebook does. Barb's over there, too. She can chime in. But if Facebook, anyone gets this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read, and after this, then we're going to go to the debate from last night.
Wonderful, because, wow. I'm going to say it. Shit show.
Yep.
Shit show.
Well, all right. Well, listen to my quote. It can be from anywhere. It could be a local person. It could be from a movie. Just tell... on Facebook or right here, if you know it, say who said it, and if you can, where it was said. You know, like if it was a movie, like where it was said at. But the most important is who said this. And if it's a character from a movie, fine. Just say the character of the movie.
Is Ohio Barb an option for an answer?
She can yell one out.
No, can she be an answer?
Oh, yeah. No, no. She's not. No, she's not the. No.
You don't have a
no
quote.
one in this room.
You don't have a quote from her.
No.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Well, you know, just wanted to give her a shout out.
All right. Well, here it is. It's a little bit of a long quote, but it's not bad. Here we go, folks. As I have indicated, this troubles me more than any of you people could understand. Someone in this courtroom is so self-absorbed, so concerned only for their own well-being. You are right. This ain't fair. And there's your quote. If anyone knows.
I think I have an idea of the answer, but I'm going to wait and see who chimes in on social media. But I think I have a good feeling.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, we'll let them all chime in and see. If anyone has any idea, I can read it again if they want. But, you know, it's part of it. It's great. But let's go on, Chris. Robin, you're there. How you doing over there co-producing, all right?
Yes.
Everything good? All right.
Yep.
All right, so.
Hey, Ohio Barb, can we get some theme music from Jeopardy? Are you able to do that tonight?
Yeah, but no. That's what she said.
No.
Yeah, Chris, you want it?
Yeah, I think we should play it. You know, it's a game. You know.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we got some answers.
Okay, what do we got?
We got Marsha. I don't know who Marsha is. RBG.
Okay.
Mayor Restaino. Courtroom cell phone drama, or Vince Agnello.
All right.
We'll give him a few more. This is a serious topic tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what?
And you're a serious guy, so
we might have a winner. We might already have a winner.
You think so?
Yeah. Read off
from the OJ case.
Read off those. What you did in the.
You want me to read off the answers again?
Yeah, one more time.
All right, one more time.
And tell me the name of the person.
Okay, wonderful. And we're doing this for the fans, right?
Oh,
tonight,
yeah, absolutely.
This game, okay, because we love our fans, and anyone that's watching tonight, please continue to watch. You got a new co-host coming. Great things ahead, and John's going to keep us all on our political path straight.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we have. We don't have Alex in the house, but we have Peter. He's much more. Yeah, does he have more hair than Jennings? All right. So we have two. Can you please just do the quote one more time?
All right, one more time.
Because we got more answers too. So.
As I have indicated, this troubles me more than any of you people could. Man, it sounds like we're at a bowling alley. One more time.
Heard that.
I know. As I have indicated, I felt like I was where was I? Like Frontier.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't have earthquakes here.
All right, here we go. The quote. As I have indicated, this troubles me more than any of you people could understand. Someone in this courtroom is so self-absorbed, so concerned only for their own well-being. You are right. This ain't right. There it is.
Beautiful. So we have Valerie Kahn, Marsha.
Okay.
Like maybe Marsha.
All right.
It looks like they clarify it further down and say Marsha Clark from
Oh.
the OJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now I get the OJ. Okay, yep.
All right.
Slow, I'm a little slow sometimes, but all right. So we have Jennifer Blythe Nichols, RBG.
Okay.
We have our own Ohio Barb, the mayor. Mayor Restaino. We'll just say mayor. We'll call him mayor from now on. I don't know if he gets the last name, but courtroom cell phone drama. Vincenello from Kevin Hutchison. The courtroom drama was from Paula Friona. Thank you for tuning in. Noel chimed in. I like this game idea. Again, thank you, Robin, for the clarification on OJ. Marsha Clark from the OJ. Here's a shocker. Brett Byro. That's from Noel. Because of you people part. And, Damon Grant. Was it the you people? LOL. So great. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Now we're going to have the grand unwrapping, the grand reveal. The answer is, John.
All right. The answer is, and two people got it right, it is our current mayor. That happened. Ohio Barb and Paula Friona.
Let's give it up for them, John.
Yeah,
Let me get a clap.
This happened.
Hey, for winning, can we give him a prize maybe?
Well, geez. Well, I don't know what we could do.
Maybe we could get a Yowawa a media shirt out to one of our guests. The answer is we'll have to talk to the boss about that, though.
Now, this quote comes from the courtroom drama with the cell phone, and there's more of them. We're going to do this every week, but it's not always going to be him. It's not always going to be his quote. There'll be other quotes. But this one was the first one that I found, and I liked it. So, yeah. Good job, guys. I'm glad you figured it out. I didn't think anyone would because I felt like no one ever read the transcripts. The transcripts were there, and no one wants to read them. They're public, for everyone to see. And if you'd ever read them, they're insane.
Talk about a shit show.
Oh, yeah. you just read the transcripts. You would just
That was diarrhea of the mouth.
I don't know. But anyways, all right. We're done with our fun for that. Let's go on to the debate from last night, Chris. I watched it all. We all watched it all, I think, here. Robin, I know you did, and I know Chris did, and that's it. Yeah, that's a good idea. We need that. Now, here's the thing. This is where I'm going to start with this. 30 years, 1992, it's almost been 30 years, when Democrats and Republicans set this stuff into motion. I feel it began in 92. Maybe it was in 88, but I'm going to say 92. The Clinton situation caused where there was MoveOn.org showed up. There was a lot of vitriol, a lot of hatred towards each other. It was no longer about policy stuff. It was about who is the most evil. So now, after this, here we are. You planted that seed in 92, and it's grown, and we're at the point now of what happened last night, where there's so much hatred, so much anger, that we couldn't even get through the debate because both candidates people, like their main, their base, thinks the other side is going to destroy America. Like they honestly believe that if their candidate don't win, we're going to either become Cuba, Soviet Union, all of that. And that's both sides. So what do you expect? You know what I mean? What do you expect? This is what you're going to get. Those two parties are, you want to talk about enemies of the people? Those two parties are worse than any media, worse than anything we have. They're horrible locally, and you see what they're doing nationally, Chris. I mean, you see it.
Like I told you earlier, we were talking about the debate when I came in tonight before the show, and my first feeling after watching that was, I don't think I want to vote. Trump is Trump. Biden is weak, and neither one of them answered questions. And I just feel very frustrated as a voter, as a citizen, that it's just a big joke. People are referring it to as a circus. People are it was unpresidential. They're telling each other to shut up, that Biden's calling him a clown. I mean, if this guy becomes our president and loses his cool or starts using these languages, these words, what's he going to do when he meets with Putin or he goes to China? Or I mean, Biden's going to, lose his shit and start calling these guys names. We don't have a good option for president, John.
Yeah. Robin, you got something on that?
Yeah, I feel like starting in 2008 with President Obama's election, we all know that was the beginning of the Tea Party in opposition to President Obama, and I feel like the hatred ramped up so high, in large part, in my opinion, because it was the first black president, and there was people out there that just weren't okay with seeing that. And I thought, wow, it can't get any worse, and I guess I should have kept my mouth shut, because now I feel like the other side has said, well, now we're going to do the same back to you, and we're going to give you Donald Trump, and you can deal with that and see how you like having Mr. Businessman in here. But I don't think the answer is not to vote.
No, there's two other candidates too.
Yeah, there's third-party candidates. For me, there was so much was given for our right to vote that I feel like it's an obligation that we should all fulfill as American citizens, that we have no business complaining if we don't go to the ballot box, and that's locally and nationally. I think you've really got to go to different media sources and try to find what the truth is by going to one side and going to the other side, and then kind of looking in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I always, like I said, I always go back to 92. The Clinton impeachment just turned everything on its ear. That's my opinion. And then you added into it the all news networks, 24-hour news. They love this. I mean, I don't care what they say. They love it. They love this. This is and the other thing about it,
one of the real quick, John. One of the things that I've learned with you and Robin as well is to, I thought I knew enough about politics, but I'm realizing that you can never learn enough about it, and you've opened my eyes to different parties, to different views, to get as much information that you can before you say, oh, I'm going to pick, John Smith's name because I know his family, or I'm going to go with this guy because it's name recognition. You really need to do your homework. If you are going to vote, Robin, you need to make sure that you're going to vote with knowledge,
absolutely,
with a clear mind, knowing that your vote does make a difference, and you got to really make. I'm not saying who you pick. I don't care who you pick. Pick somebody, but pick them based on the fact that you think they're going to do something positive, or
right, opinion.
Biden's been in office for 47 years or whatever, and look at his record. See if he's done. See what Trump has done. And one of our social media fans, Jennifer Blythe Nichols, chimed in a minute ago and said, yeah, she agreed with me. For that reason, she's voting Green Party with Howie Hawkins. And again, you guys opened my eyes to the Green Party and the being independent, not the Independence Party, but you got to arm yourself with knowledge, I guess, not a gun. Arm yourself with knowledge.
Absolutely.
That will apply to the ballot box as well as to how we interact in our community with each other. Because
you owe that not only to the country, but you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to have looked into it, made an informed decision, and went out and voted your interests. Because if you don't, nobody else is going to do it for you.
Well, don't forget there's a libertarian too, Jo Jorgensen, who is running. She's also in there if you're more towards the libertarian side. But Donald Trump to me is he's more than just a alternate to President Obama. For me, what he is it's a message that I hope both establishment Democrats and Republicans listen to. In my opinion, he's voted in not just because there's the old Tea Party people. It was because people are sick of those two parties. And when he ran in 2016, he didn't run as a Republican. He didn't care. Actually, he used to trash all over the Republican Party, the whole establishment. That's why those establishment people in the Lincoln Project hate him. And then you have the Democrats. What they did is they just absolutely put in the most, what you'd say, establishment person you possibly could in Joe Biden. I mean, you got a 47-year he is the establishment with legs. I mean, he's the walking establishment, and they put him up against who people believe is the anti-establishment. It doesn't work. It won't work. And the only chance that I see Joe Biden having, because of what I just said, and it's not even so much about policy at all, is if the hate of Trump is enough to get him the victory. Because it's not because the policy stuff, we could go over this over and over. Biden, everything you might say that Trump is to, let's say, the African-American community and race, Biden is the same person. He did the same exact, actually some of it's even worse because of some of his policies actually caused a lot of issues. So you know what I mean? There's nowhere that I see other than a tax cut and maybe a few things here or there that's going to make a difference. Chris, what do you know?
I don't see a lot of plans, much of a plan from either one of them, to be honest with you. It seems like it's the same old, same old. You know, we're gonna toss the political football. We're gonna play the blame game. We're gonna point fingers. But, you know, number one, no one has a clear plan, a clear vision forward. At least they don't seem to present that to us. And neither one of them really answer questions. I know that's political. Typically, they kind of skirt around the issue. But when people are, this election has so much at stake that we need to get serious. I mean, they're even talking, are they going to have another debate? Are they going to have a different moderator? Are they going to change the rules?
Definitely.
Because I'd rather watch, I don't know, Teletubbies than that. Or my friend said, you would see, let me think if I can say this correct. That was crazier than a South Buffalo meat raffle. That debate last night.
Right.
So I don't know too much about meat raffles, but anyone in South Buffalo, if you're watching, how do those go compared to that circus last night?
Well, I know, like, when I was watching it, you know, no one did answer much. The moderator I thought was horrible, and I like Chris Wallace. I was stunned.
He lost control.
At how bad that was. And I was stunned at some of believe me, I can't I said this before when was here. I can't stand Biden. I've never been able to stand him. I can't stand him. He is everything that, you know, makes me sick. It's why I left being a Democrat and went to independent. Hold on a second. I think we got a phone call.
Beautiful.
Citizens United, you are on the air.
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Yeah. You know what? Well, this is this is what you get when you have a bad process or a broken process. You know, really. Donald Trump really the best option and best choice the Republicans had to offer, and the same thing for Biden? No. And this, you know, it's also a sham in this entire situation. You see that so-called presidential commission, as they call it, just another fancy name for two sides of the same coin. Because guess what? Remember, John F. Kennedy said, there isn't a Republican way or a Democratic way, but the American way.
Amen.
And almost 100 years that the leadership of both the major parties have hijacked the political system. Or when I say the political system, the political system and also the electoral system. And this is just the beginning of what this fruit will bear if we don't get on top of this. So, you know what? They should be more concerned about who's not going to vote and impact this election than who's going to vote for who. But anyway, gentlemen, you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you for your call. Yeah, no, he makes a lot of good points. But think about
that Tony from Lockport by any chance?
I don't know.
Did we didn't get his name? I think I've heard him on AM radio. John, real quick, he brought up a interesting thing about electoral college. You got any opinion on that? Just curious.
My opinion on electoral college is I think it's necessary. I can't see how you could scrap it because of, you know, it would almost be impossible for, in a lot of ways, I don't know if a Republican, I don't know if it would ever be fair in a way because You know how New York is. I wouldn't want to get rid of it. I think it's. I think I'm good with it. I think I'm good with the Electoral College. Okay. I think it's important. I think it would be very, very difficult to do just popular vote. But yeah, I mean that's kind of that's where I'm at with it. I don't know. What do you guys think, Robin?
I agree. As much as it frustrates me sometimes, I think that there's popular vote is definitely not the way to go. So unless somebody were to come up with a better formula than the Electoral College, I would have to stick with that.
I got a good example, Chris. Think about if we could have Electoral College here in New York State. I mean, this whole state doesn't want Cuomo except for downstate. How many counties don't vote for him? But he always wins because we just don't have the people. I would love this state to be that way.
It's an interesting, it's interesting point of view because every other vote from high school, from the class president to a mayor to federal, everything else is based on popular vote.
Yeah,
it just seems a little maybe backwards and a little bit outdated. And that was Kevin from Pendleton on the call. So that's K-E, and his last name is A-L-E-O-N-G. I think he's called in before. Yeah. So, Kevin, thank you for calling in, and please continue to call in with John and his new
who it is.
better-looking co-host.
Lisa will be with us next week.
Yes.
But nobody will ever have the Goodfellas shirt but you, Chris.
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
I actually got this from a guy, a Goodfella guy. His name is Christopher Scott Cerrone, and he actually played in the movie Goodfellas. I was able to meet him on set of a project I was working on.
Great.
Really down-to-earth guy, and he signs T-shirts and he signs cigarette boxes. He played the part in the Goodfellas movie. So, young Henry.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Now
Very
think
cool.
of you were saying everything is usually popular vote. And then when it is popular vote, let's say here in our city, you will get these parties, the two parties, plus the only one that doesn't do it is the Greens. We learned that from Wade.
Yep.
Green Party will not endorse you unless you're a registered Green, which is great. But in the city, what they're going to do, they're just going to cross endorse everyone, and they leave no. It's going to happen in the city council. It's going to happen. In the city court race. It's going to happen. Mark my words.
That's with the judge, right?
Yes.
Coming up. Yep,
yes.
I seen
Mark
that.
my words. That's going to happen.
That's Faso, right?
Yes, and they're going to make
a family connection.
They will make sure that she has every line possible. And that'll leave other people out. And the funny thing is, really, when you think about it, between her or any other people that are talking about running, I bet you if you look into their background, no one's different than the other. I mean, they're all lawyers. You know what I mean? They're all lawyers. They've all done. There's nothing different to differentiate between them two other than a name. And that's it. And the political capital that someone who has their name can spend to get those lines for them. Look, I've seen it a lot. As a matter of fact, I've seen it with my own eyes. If you have political capital, you can buy the lines, and the lines will be bought, and we will make sure that it happens. And if, God forbid, one of those people, one of the lines aren't given, you'll see some angry people if you find out that, oh, my God, I don't have the independence line, So, Chris, they continually rig elections in the United States. That's kind of what Kevin was saying. I mean, what Kevin was kind of, I thought, saying.
And you've always said, cross-endorsing, right?
Horrible.
Or cross-endorsing and manufactured consent.
Yeah.
Sean Levick and our social media says judges don't run on lines there, boss.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Judges don't, you mean to tell me judges don't run as Democrat, Republican, conservative, or working families?
Maybe he could call in and explain.
I have no idea. The last time I knew anything about a judge race, they did. I mean, isn't the judge race right now with Watazik? Aren't they running on lines, political lines?
Yeah.
It's
all over the city.
What's that?
I said they're all over the city advertising on what they are. Yeah.
I thought I can't. There's no way.
How else would it go if there? I mean,
they're not. I wish it wouldn't. It'd be outstanding if there was no none of that happening.
He continues to say no. So
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So then it's going to be just them on a ballot with nothing. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I get it. We'll see. I cannot believe that the Democrats and Republicans will not endorse somebody, and then then they'll get it. Then you'll get that. What's that?
I'm sorry to interrupt. He's going to call in. So just so you, if you hear your phone.
Okay, I'll get the phone.
Yep.
I'll get the phone.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yep.
So we'll talk to Sean about that. I know he knows a lot, but he'll set us straight on what the deal is. But I know from the past, I remember a certain race where someone wanted all the lines. Hold on a minute. We got the call. Citizens United, you're on.
What's going on, John?
Hey, Sean.
Judges run across all lines.
Okay.
They don't, because they have to be impartial, so they can't go towards one party. They run all the lines. That's what I meant to say, not that, they don't run on the lines. All of them get the same lines.
Oh, all right. So, explain. What do you mean? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
They don't have to run under just the Democrat, or they can run across all the lines. They don't have, because the judicial system has to be impartial from party lines. They don't have to go in as and ask for stuff like that. They can run across all lines. They don't have to be on their. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, who
they. When Jim ran, he ran across all the lines.
And who did he run?
When judges run, they don't have to. They don't. It doesn't work like that for judges. It's confusing to me too, but they don't run like a councilman or a mayor or something like that. They run all the lines.
But okay, so that would mean now when you go to the ballot, there's going to be Republican, Democrat, and all the what do we got? Conservative. Oh, geez.
Working family, maybe.
Working families, yeah, all that. Independents. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you? So they don't. So they only run as what they're registered. Do you see what I'm saying? Is there
they run across all? They don't have to adhere to one thing. They run across all the lines.
Okay, so
it's an impartial branch of the government. So they can't say, "Oh, well, we're strictly Democrat running as a judge," because then you get that partisanship
now
of them just being a Democratic judge.
All right, so then what they can get is an endorsement for the party.
Yes, they can get an endorsement, but they don't run on lines as far as the ballot goes.
Okay, so when I don't care who, it doesn't matter. Smith, if Mr. Smith is running this time and he's a Democrat, right? Where I'll see him on the ballot, as a Democrat, but he'll be on everything. Mm-hmm. He'll be on all of them except
all of them.
Okay, all right. I understand.
That's the way I understand it, and that's the way when Jim ran, that's the way, because I had asked the same question when Jim ran. Why is he down all of them? Because it looks funny when you're on every single line. And it was the way he explained to me was because I'm a poll inspector, so I ask questions. And they were like, judges don't run on specific lines; they run across the board. Okay, now so that would be okay. I get what you're saying. So if the 4 people run, all 4 are going to be on all the lines. Yeah, and now if they come out and say, say the Republican Party endorses them, the Republican Party can come out and say, well, we got an endorsement from the Republicans, we got an endorsement from the Conservatives, the Democrats. They can talk about endorsements, but they don't run on lines like that. Okay. All right, Sean.
I'm on ballot,
go ahead.
Just to add in, I looked it up on ballotpedia.org, and just a quick little paragraph from what they said. Party representation may be determined by party nominating conventions or by nominating petition. In New York's Supreme Court election, voters elect party convention delegates who choose the general election candidates. All right. Well, Sean, I thank you. Thank you very much. Because I know you're over there. I know you're a not poll watcher. You work over there and stuff. So
thank you, Sean.
I appreciate it, man.
Calling in too.
I get to sit there.
Yeah. I'll see you.
Hey, good luck, Chris.
Hey,
whatever you're doing, buddy.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. And thanks for what you do at the ballots, at the voting booth.
Hey, no problem. Yep. Have a wonderful evening.
We got to get you in here soon, Sean.
What you do with rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Sooner or later.
Yeah. Take it easy, Sean. Bye.
Have a great
Oh, yeah, that's right. He paints those rocks. They're really nice.
Love 'em.
Yeah. And he's a Ravens fan, so today he must be a little – he's sad. After
What happened?
The Chiefs beat him pretty good on Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a little sad. But they're good. They're one of the best. They're one of the good teams, with Buffalo and all that. And the Bears, who are undefeated, which is nice. But, all right, I as far as go back to the debate, I hope there's going to be another one. I hope there's going to be a million of them. The reason being is I think the Democrats and the Republicans deserve it. They should show everybody, what they've cultivated. They should show everybody what this is all, led to. I mean, I'm telling you, Donald Trump, in my eyes, was when he ran in 2016, he was anti-establishment. I don't know what you want to call him now, but he certainly was then,
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's an appeal. That really is an appeal to people.
Go Bills. Kim D'Angelo, Guthrie, go Bills.
Yeah, go Bills. I know, I know that's going to be tough to understand, I think, for some people that hate him so much, but I don't know, man.
Ultimately, we got to get out and vote, whether it's through the ballot, whether it's through your absentee ballot, whether it's going physically there. However you need to get there, take a cab, walk, run, vote. You got to vote, as Robin said.
To the polls.
Oh, great.
There's always people that are willing, the different parties and just general poll people who will give you a ride to the polls if you can't get there. And on the debate subject, I believe it's a week from today, the vice presidential debate.
Yes.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very interesting, too, because we've got, you don't hear much from Mike Pence, so it's going to be interesting to hear his take on things. And Kamala Harris has had a lot to say so far, so it'll be interesting when she's face-to-face with Pence what her...
You'll see a different demeanor in this one.
Mm-hmm.
This one will be different.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed, because I don't see it being like what happened last night.
Definitely.
But it was, everyone gets after Trump, Donald, the president, for being, I think Biden called him more names than he called him.
He told him to shut up.
And a clown.
Literally, and a clown.
Then complained that it was unpresidential. But, I mean, if you want to talk about presenting things as presidential, you can't tell the president of the United States to shut up.
Every debate is like an interview for the candidates, right? So if, like I said earlier, if Biden loses his cool and starts calling, the prime minister of somewhere, names, it's not going to look good.
Right. Well, guys, of course, this went quick again.
Always does.
Always hit 7 o'clock. Now, Chris, this is it, man. This is our final farewell. So go ahead before we close down and all that.
All right. Well, I'll keep it short because I think we had our sappy moment in the beginning. But you know what? I came prepared tonight, and I can see the difference. I tried to improve every episode. And tried to make a difference on here within the community, and make a difference. Just make a difference. And I did. I always gave a number, and I just wanted to end off with that. And thank you, Peter, for the hat. It did have lights on it. I don't know. Let me see. I need the lights, man. Hold on. Right. I need the spotlight. It's me. What the hell? I'm going to a fun show. I've been traded to Sunday Fun Day with Noelle and Courtney, and I just want to say thank you again for everyone. I seriously mean that. It's from my heart, and I look forward to our journey forward. And big things for Yowawa Media, and we need to continue doing what we're doing. So. My last thing will be the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. I actually have an update for everyone. I'm going to read a short thing, and then I'm going to sign off. So there is a number. It's called 1-800-273-TALK, T-A-L-K, which is 8255. So 1-800-273-TALK. And I do want to let you know that yesterday the U.S. Congress approved the adoption of 988 as the new nationwide number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
Nice.
Please continue sharing the 1-800-273-TALK, which is 8255, with anyone wishing to contact with the Lifeline. 988 is not currently active nationally and may not connect callers to the Lifeline, but that is an act of Congress. And again, just everyone remember, you're never alone. There's help, whether it's a friend or a national number or a neighbor. But we have a new number, 988. Once that becomes active officially, I'm sure it'll be connected. But there's your number, and thank you for including me in everything.
Of course. And
Peace,
we'll see you Sunday night, and we'll see you Friday. Robin, you want to say goodbye real quick?
Go Bills.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Right.
I was almost going to say something nice about you, Chris, and then you had to go and ruin it. No, we will definitely miss you. You've made a big contribution to the show, and we will always appreciate that. You'll always be part of our team.
All right, and now I'm going to read you some numbers I normally do. Next week, Lisa Dorado will be here.
I do want to say I'm really looking forward to Lisa coming. She was a great guest, and I know she's going to be a great host. So I hope she's listening. We're real excited for you, Lisa.
And she brings food and wine.
And she does bring food and wine.
Typical. Yeah, Lisa Dorado will be here next week, and it'll be a lot of fun. All right, so let me read the numbers to you guys. If you've ever been, if you're a survivor of sexual assault, currently it's happening to you, or it has happened, and you don't know how to deal with it. The YWCA is 24 hours, 7 days a week. 716-433-6716. You can see it on the screen. There are advocates waiting. There are counselors waiting. They will counsel you at home. You won't have to leave. They'll help you if you go to the police. They help you every step of the way. They're great. So please remember that number. RAIN is 1-800-656-4673. That is also the same thing for sexual assault survivors or people that are currently in that or don't know how to get out of it. Whatever that is, RAIN is there. They are also, they're anonymous too, and there's always someone standing by to talk to you. Mental health, Chris had his great number, and outstanding to hear that that 3-digit number that's going to happen soon. My number I have is for depression, suicide, mental health, 1-800-662-4357. And he's right. You're never alone. There's always someone there to talk to. Please remember these numbers. And, we'll be back next week, episode 14. Lisa will be here, and I'll be around Friday for the Peace-a-thon. Chris will be doing his thing on Sunday, and he'll be at the Peace-a-thon too. So everybody take care. See you next week.
Good night, and thank you.